Okay. So let me tell you about the R. So R is a statistical software. Okay, that is freely available. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, there is no licensing issue. Nothing is there. Okay, and it's a light software. Okay, it doesn't hang your computer. Okay, and apart from that, the very good thing about R is that it is a light software. It does not so and you can do many things over here: bioinformatics analysis, everything. Okay, so the basic software of the R which is available. Okay, so here you can perform some basic things of the statistics. Okay, but if you want to go for some advanced statistics, so you'll have to download some extra packages. So all these packages are free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. So at present, there are about 15,000 different packages in the R for different applications. For bioinformatics, you have different packages, okay, like that. So in this particular class, actually, we are supposed to talk about one kind of method that is commonly used in the microarray, that is called principal component analysis. So we'll discuss about it later on. So this particular analysis you can do very easily in the R. Okay. So subsequently we'll first discuss about the principal component analysis. Then we'll talk about how the analysis is done in the R program. Okay. So everybody can see the screen.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes, sir. Okay, fine. It's visible. Okay, fine. So it's visible to everybody.
Yes.
Okay. Let me close this. Okay. So once you open the R, this particular software is the R Studio. Written here, R Studio. So the computers which were bought before, you can say 2009 or 8. So in those computers, actually, the R Studio does not work. Only the R will work. Okay. So it is not that you should use the R Studio. So main software is the R software. Okay. After installing the R software, you will have to install the R Studio. But if you cannot install R Studio, there is no problem. You can work also in the basic software also. The thing is that the benefit of the R Studio is that it is somewhat convenient to work with. Okay, fine. So now what you can see here, can you see this whatever things are written over here?
Yes, sir.
You can see. So these things are written over here. So like if I just type here SIT citation control. So these are the, if you are using the R program for any kind of analysis, so in your papers or in thesis, you will have to you have to put the reference in this way. Okay, fine. So that's what it says. Okay. Now let me tell you the basic things about this software. So once you open this software, so here what happens, you will see this kind of windows. Okay, so in the left hand corner, 3 windows you will see inside the R. One window is this one where this cursor is blinking. Okay, it is called console. Okay, and right hand side, upper right hand side, this particular window. So here it tells about what type of data you have already entered here. Okay, and down one, the right hand side down part, this particular window, this will show you the plot. If you are making any kind of plot, will appear here. Okay, then here you can see what are the different packages that has been installed over here. So all these things it can be seen. See here, so all these are different packages, okay, which I have installed for different purposes. Okay, so some of the packages, they once you install the R, will come along with that. Okay, but many of the packages do not come with that, so you will have to install it separately. Okay, now in the R console here, okay, if I go in the file, if I go and then I think what you can do is that, you can just write it down somewhere. Okay. So just go to the file. Okay. After going to the file, you can go for new file. Okay. Then R script. So go to the file, then new file, R script. Click over there. Then one script will open. Now you have got 4 windows. Okay. Above the console, you have the R script. So here you can type the commands. So actually R basically it works on commands. Okay. So you don't need to remember those commands. And I also don't remember. So what I do is that I just copy those commands in the notepad, or I just keep it in the this R script. Okay. If I can show you some of my commands which I stored here. So if I say okay, so these are the commands I have already stored. Okay, so this command is for repeated measures ANOVA. Okay, so I made this scripts. Now to execute the command, okay, simply if I just put there, so this is one command, this is one, so 1 2 3, as you are seeing, these are the names of the serial numbers of the commands. Okay, if I put my cursor in this particular command and if I click run over here, it will execute that command. Okay. Okay, now let us do some basic things. Okay, in the R. So I just let me remove this script. Okay, so R basically it is a kind of calculator. Okay, calculator as well as it is a kind of program where you can, it's a kind of programming language. Okay, now first of all, as per our requirement, our today's requirement is how to enter your data into the R. Okay, so there are many ways how we can enter the data. Okay, first thing is that because most of the time our data used to be in the Excel file. So how to bring the data from Excel file to the R? That is one. So there are 2 ways by which we can bring it. Okay, and supposing that your data is not in the Excel file, it is in the notebook, just you have to type it here. So that also you can do. You can type your data directly over here. Okay, so for this, so let me open the Paint. So for this, the first way is the combine function. So combine function is the function by which we can enter the data one by one. It takes time, but so generally I don't use it. But if you have very small number of data, you can use it. Okay. Then second way is the pasting data from Excel file. So you can paste your data, just copy your data from the Excel file and you can paste it. But remember one thing, you cannot paste by Control V command, or you cannot paste it directly by putting the right mouse click. Okay, so there is a command for that. Okay, then the third way is that you can just save your Excel file in my document folder. Okay, then Excel file or CSV file. So CSV is nothing but it is also a kind of Excel file only. When you have Excel file, you can save as CSV file. Then you can import it. This is the third way. So there are many other ways also. but I'm using these three main. Okay, I'll show you the first one, the combine function. So under this combine function, what is there? Supposing that we have got three variables A, B, C. We have three groups A, B, and C, and these three groups we have got some values. Okay, A, B, and C. We have three groups and we have some values for each group. So we have to enter here. So how to enter? Now first of all we'll enter the values for the group A. So I'll write here group A. Okay. Then I'll put the equal to sign. Okay. Just to tell the software that whatever data will be entered, it is for group A. I'm naming it as A. Okay. Then now the command starts. Just you can write somewhere. Just put the small c. I put the small c here. Okay, not capital C. It should be small c. Then bracket, put a bracket, and now enter the values by putting commas. So for example, my first value is 1.5, comma 1.7, comma 1.9, comma 1.254, something like that. I'm just okay. I've entered it, and then thereafter just press enter. To press the enter, now the data is entered. If I have to check my data, just I'll put capital A here. I put enter. So now you see this data is entered over here. 1.5, 1.7, 1.9, whichever I've entered, it is entering here. Now I come to the B. B is my second group. So same way I'll do. I just copy it from here. Okay. So let me change the values. Say this is 3.5. I put here 4.7. Put here 2.9. 3. I just change the values. Fine. Okay. Fine. Then same way I do it for C is equal to combine function. Then let me paste it and change the values. 1.6, 1.9, then say simply I'm just changing the values. Okay. Now if I just type capital A, enter it, the value of the A comes. Capital V, enter it, value of B comes. Capital C, enter it, the value of the C comes. Okay. Now this is the combined function. Okay. And same thing. If you don't like to type, what you can do is that these things you can do it in the R script. Just write all these things, then run it one by one. If you write it directly in the console, after entering, the command is executed. Okay. But in R script, when you write it, command is not executed till you click the run button. Okay. So now, okay. So this is how we enter the data here. Okay, fine. Now you have the A, B, C. Okay, three variables you have. Now you want to combine this variable into one data. Your data means a table. Table is your data. Okay. Now to make it one table, so I would like to name this as this say ABT 702, right? 702. data, okay, is equal to, okay, data dot frame, okay, then capital A comma capital B comma C. Fine. Now let me type ABT 702 DATA. Enter it. So this is your data. Okay. This is the way through which combine. We can use the combine function here. Fine. So through this method, you can enter your data directly. Okay. So I'm not using this regularly because it takes time. Okay, but sometimes if I have say I want to go for regression analysis where data is to be very less, so I can go for that. But generally for big data analysis, it takes a lot of time. Okay, now I will go to the second way, that is the pasting data from the Excel file. Okay, so now you have a data, okay, in the Excel file. Now how to paste your data from the Excel file here? So this I will show you in the R script. So let us go to the R script. I mean this our program. Now in order to clear, this is these things there. Now in order to clean or clear all these things, what I can do is that just can press Control plus L. Just press Control L. All these things will be removed. So I press Control and L. Everything is removed. Now for pasting data here, instead of console, I will use the R script. I've opened R script here. Okay. So for this, what I'll do, we'll have to name the data which I'm going to use. Okay. Say I would name this okay. People are waiting. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to paste the data from Excel file. Okay. So now that the commands, I will write it in the R script here. Okay. So for this, the command is, so let's say I'm naming my data as say data or Excel data. This name I'm giving, okay, is equal to. So before is equal to whatever we can give any name we like, okay. But this software is case sensitive, okay. So then the command is read dot table, read dot table. Then inside the semicolon, CLIPBOARD, clipboard, then header is equal to capital true, TRUE, all true. Now here we don't have to type these things repeatedly. Okay, so you can just write it in the script. You can save this script. Okay, then when you execute this, just open this script. Okay, and just put the run. Okay, fine. So this I have made one. Okay, okay. Now what I'll do, I'll open the Excel file. So this is the Excel file. Is it visible to everybody, the Excel file?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So
Yes, sir,
here,
visible.
this is the header. Header means heading. So header is A, capital B, capital C, three groups. Okay, and these are the values in this group. Okay, so I made these values through randomization. Okay, now what I'll do, I will just select them. Okay, then copy. Okay, and then I will come to the program. Okay, now that particular data which I have just copied, it has entered into the clipboard. Okay, now what I'll do, I want, this is a command which I written in the script. What I'll do, I just place my cursor anywhere in the command line and I click run. If I click run, this you can see in the console, it has been executed. You can write this command in the console also directly, but if you write it in the, if you put it in the console, you have to type it. But in our script, if it is already typed, you don't have to bother about it. Okay, now next is just write the Excel data. Excel data was the name of my data. Okay, I place the cursor anywhere in this command line and click run. What you can see is that this data has been entered. So this is I'm using commonly because most of the data which I get, okay, so it is in the Excel file. So I use it commonly. Okay. Now there is a third way, okay, how we can import the data. The third way is, if I go back, here, so it is the Excel file which I have made. Now I can convert this Excel file into CSV file. So just I'll go to the file, then save as. So in the save as option, say I put the browse option here, and with the browse option, I'll have to go to the document folder, my document. But generally nowadays, this my document is it is not there, it is only called documents. I have to go to the document folder, okay, and there say I'll name it as ABT 702. Okay, then here save as type. In this case, just click it and look for the CSV file, comma this one, CSV comma delimited. Okay, just click here. Fine. After clicking here, just save it. Okay, so now our file is saved in the document folder. Let me open the document folder. So you can see this one, this is the file ABT 702. It has been saved here. Now this particular file I'll import to the R. So now for this, what I will do, I'll open the R Studio now. So let me do one thing. I'll just click in the console and I'll clear all these things. Control L. Now it is clear. Now I'll come to the this R script. So let me open a new R script. So I open the new R script, okay, and say earlier the data I named as Excel data. So let me name this new data that I'll get it from CSV. I call it a CSV data. ABT 702 is equal to. Now earlier command was read.table because we just copied it. In this case, it is read.csv, all small letters. REA. Read.csv. Then put this thing bracket. Now in the bracket, you will have to write the name of the file. So if I just see, if I go back to my document folder, so the file name is ABT702. So everything should be correct. So I just copy it from here, and then I go back to the RStudio, then read.csv, then put the semicolon and .csv. That is the thing. Now the command I have made here. Now after this, I need to execute the command. So because I'm not writing it in console, so I'll have to run this command. So to run this command, so either you can just place the cursor over there. Either you can place the cursor over there and click the run. And second way is that you can also put control enter. That means control plus enter. Just press the control button and enter. It will run. So you can skip the use of the mouse, okay, and you can just do it by keyboard also. So I'm showing it by the mouse only. So click here and I click run here. So now the command is executed. Okay, and the name of my data is CSV data ABT702. So let me see how the things have come. So you can see data has been entered here. The data comes here. Okay, but here there is one point to be noted, because here what I've done is that I have put if I just remove this one in my command, here I have put CSV, and then after that I can extend this to say that header is equal to true. This is to tell R that the first row is the header. Now in this particular command, you can see that I have just entered the name of the file and I have executed it. So now this first row is not considered header. If I put header is equal to true, then it will say, it will understand that it is a header. So it will not be included in the analysis. I mean, it will not take it as error or something like that if we do some analysis. Okay. Now let us do some small analysis like t-test and all. Then in the subsequent class, what we will do, we'll do the principal component analysis of the microarray data. So I have some microarray data, the fake data of the microarray that we will use for our analysis. So today I will do the simple analysis. Okay. So if you see right hand side, okay. So here the ABT702 data, it is that means this particular window, it tells which it will stores the data. Okay, and if I click this button, it looks like a cleaner, will clean everything. If I click in the ABT702 data over here, so it will show that data which I entered earlier. So it's like that. Okay. So what we can do is that today I will show you how we use this particular program for conducting the t-test. Supposing that you have to do the t-test. Okay, and let us use this particular data only. Excel data I will use for this purpose. So let me remove all these things. Okay, the Excel data which we just copy pasted it. Okay, now the command for t-test is t.teest, t-test. Okay, then in the bracket, now here there is another point is there, that inside the Excel data you have the capital A and capital B, all these things. So what we will do is that we will test these two groups, A and B, because for t-test only we can do with the two groups. So we'll do with the two groups only, A and B. So A comma B, okay, sorry, Excel data, then dollar, comma, then EXEL. So actually, before writing anything, it gives the suggestion directly. Then putting the dollar sign, then it tells B. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell you that now before doing that, let us discuss about that. Suppose that I want to see what are the values present in the A, group A. So what I'll do, I'll just type the name of the data. My data name is Excel data. So I just copy this and put the dollar sign. Once you put the dollar sign, now you see the option comes A, B, C. So whatever groups are there, it will tell by itself. You can just click, say I want A. I click in the A and enter. It will show what is there in the A. Similarly, if I want to see what is there in the C or B, enter to show the B. Okay. So now what I am going to do is that I want to do t-test between A and B. So command will be t.test t-test. Okay. Then EXEL data Excel data, the name of the data. Put the dollar sign and select A, because I want to do it with A and B, comma, same thing, I would just copy it, then paste it, then put the dollar sign and B. Okay, and I press enter. Press enter. Now see, actually in the console only you will get the results. Okay, you have to see in the console. So you can see that here the p value is less than 0.05, and also you get the confidence interval. Okay, so this indicates that these groups are different. Okay, so and apart from that, supposing that 4 minutes are there. Supposing that this A and B, these are the paired groups. Paired groups means we have taken two different readings in a. In that case, we have to go for paired t-test. Okay. So if it is a paired t-test, so just add one more thing, PAIRED, paired is equal to true. And I just run it. So now this is the result of the paired t-test. Okay. So by default, if it is not a paired t-test, if it is unpaired t-test, you can write paired is equal to false. But earlier I have not written anything. So by default, the software considers paired is equal to false. If it is true, you have to write it true. Okay. So similarly, you have different commands for ANOVA and all. Okay. So now, say for the example, this is the script I made. Okay. So I can save this script. Okay. So that next time I don't require to type all these commands. Okay. And there are some forums are there. In those forums, these commands are already written. You can just copy them, paste it in your R script, and you can save it and you can use it for your further works. So, any questions? So, what I'm doing is that I will share this video. So, this particular class is recorded. Okay. So you can practice it by yourself, because by practice only you will gain expertise in that. Okay, so I'll just share this video. Okay. So you can practice it. Okay, so in the next class, what we will do? We'll do some analysis. We'll take some more data and we'll do the this ANOVA and all these things we'll do. And then we'll proceed for the principal component analysis. So before that, we'll do some regression analysis also, because that also should be known. Okay. So what I'll do is that I'll share an ebook of the R. Okay, so one ebook is there. So I'm having a lot of ebooks.
Thank you, sir.
So because during lockdown period, this Springer and there are some companies, they have started giving the ebook free of cost. So I've just took the opportunity and downloaded some of the ebooks. So what I'll do is that I'll put it in the Google Drive and I'll share the Google Drive with everybody who is there here. Okay, so you have given me your email IDs, so I'll use it. So my session is going to be over within less than 1 minute. So any questions, just you can ask quickly.
Sir, where can we get this recorded season, sir?
No, this is already this complete. Everything is recorded. It is being recording is going on. Once I turn off this, okay. So this will be saved as a video file. I'll share the video file with you.
Okay.
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 Okay. So we'll meet in the next class. Okay. And by the time you can just download this software and you can try by yourself. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
See you and stay safe.
And